My Japanese Grammar 動詞 Verbs Basic 2 Part 4 Let's continue. Next one is passive form, also called as passive verb. Same as potential verb, this form can be considered as a verb since it has conjugation. With this form, you can make passive sentence like A is done by B. And this is passive form as known as passive verb conjugation. You see, there are mass form for polite style, dictionary form for casual style, knife form for negative form, and te form. The last one is ta form for past form. You can see stem part in black are always same in passive form passive verb. So you can make each form by adding certain word in red. They are conjugated like verb group 2. Let's learn how to make passive form from mass form in verb group 1. As for conjugation, passive form and next coming polite form are same. First, omit the mass from mass form. You will see the stem part yobi end with vowel e sound. To make passive form, change the vowel from e to a sound. You see the stem part changed from yobi to yoba, right? Then put remas in the bottom. Yobaremasu. Be called is passive form. This is mass form. With this, you can make present affirmation sentence in polite style. Let's conjugate passive verb to make dictionary form. It's very simple actually, because despite the group original verb belongs to, every passive verb conjugates as group 2. You remember how group 2 verb conjugate? Yes, omit the mass and add certain words to the stem part. To make dictionary form, add the ru in the bottom. Yobareru is dictionary form of passive verb. Same meaning as yobaremasu, be called. Present affirmation, but it is casual style. Okay? Next, let's make nai form. After omit the mass, you might know what word to add. Yes, add the nai to yobare, the stem part. Yobare nai. This is nai form. Nai means not in English. Meaning will be is not or are not called. It is present negative. Now, let's make ta form. Omit the mass and add the ta to stem part. Yobareta was or were called is ta form of passive verb. It is past affirmation in casual style. Okay? And the last one is te form. Omit the mass and add the te to the stem part, yobare. Yobarete is passive te form. Te form itself doesn't have a tense. It depends on context of sentence. Okay? We learned how to make passive verb in verb group 1 and how the passive verb conjugates. Let me show you one exception here about making passive form from mass form in verb group 1. After omitting mass from mass form, when the stem part ends with e, change it to wa. We usually change the vowel from e to a sound. If so, it should be changed as tsuka-a. But to avoid diphthong of a, we make it tsukawa and put れます in the bottom. 使われます be used is passive form. Let's remember, if the end of stem part is I, change it to wa. Okay? Now, let's move to verb group 2. Try to make passive form with this verb. 見ます look, watch. Omit the mas from mas form and add られます to the stem part. 見られます be watched is a passive form. One more verb, 食べます eat. Omit the mas from mas form and add られます to the stem part. 食べられます be eaten is passive form. Simple, right? And this is mas form of passive verb. We learned that passive form, also called passive verb conjugate, and is conjugate as group 2. Now, let's make dictionary form. Omit the mas from mas form and add the る to the stem part. 食べられる be eaten. This is dictionary form of passive verb. It is present affirmation casual. Next, ない form. After omit the mas, add the ない to 食べられ the stem part. 食べられない This is ない form. ない means not in English. Meaning will be is not or are not eaten. It is present negative. Let's make た form. Omit the mas and add the た to the stem part. 食べられた was or were eaten is た form of passive verb. It is past affirmation in casual style. And the last one is て form. Add て to 食べられ。食べられて It's passive て form. て form itself doesn't have tense. It depends on context of sentence. Okay? That's all for passive verb group 2 conjugation. As for group 3, irregular verbs. Since we have only 2 verbs, します do and 来ます come. Please defer this chart and remember as they are. Now we learned how to make passive verb. Let's try to make passive sentence from active sentence. Please look at the sentence. 先生は私を呼びました。Teacher called me. The subject here, 先生, teacher, took action. We call this active sentence. If you make the sentence passive with same meaning, the sentence will be 私は先生に呼ばれました。I was called by teacher. This time, the subject 私 received the action. Like this, when the subject is receiver of the action, we use passive verb to make passive sentence. In passive sentence, 先生, teacher, who took action is followed by particle に, which means by in English. Okay? Let's make passive sentence with this sentence pattern. A は B に passive verb. A is done something by B. Example sentence. 私は先生に呼ばれた。I was called by teacher. As for passive verb, stem part is same. If we say it in polite way, change underlined conjugation part from た form to ました mas form past variation. 私は先生に呼ばれました。 I was called by teacher. This time, let's make previous sentence negative by changing conjugation to nai form. In the past tense, nai becomes nakatta. 呼ばれなかった wasn't called. Sentence 私は先生に呼ばれなかった I wasn't called by teacher. If you say it in polite way, change underlined conjugation part from なかった to ませんでした Mas form negative first variation 私は先生に呼ばれませんでした I wasn't called by teacher. We learned passive sentence pattern. A は B に passive verb. 私は先生に呼ばれました。I was called by teacher. Okay? Now, let's press object in this pattern. A は B に noun を passive verb. Example sentence. 私は先生に名前を呼ばれました。I was called my name by teacher. By adding object, you can express detail and more various situation. Let me show you how. 私は姉にお菓子を食べられた。I had my sweets eaten by my elder sister. This sentence pattern can also express the situation when you get annoyed or inconvenienced. One more example. 私は母にメールを読まれた。I had my mail read by my mother. Okay, these are usage of passive verb. We are going to practice with many example sentences in other lesson. Let's go to next. Respect form. Talking about polite expression with verb, we learned mas form. Actually, there are more various polite expressions in Japanese. Analytic form, humble form, etc. We will learn in detail later in my Japanese grammar polite expression. So here, I'll just introduce its conjugation and example sentence. This is respect form conjugation. You see, it is exactly same as passive form. Please refer to passive form to see how to make respect form and its conjugation. Respect form is also considered as a verb because it has conjugation. And they are conjugated like verb group too. You can see stem part in black are always same. So you can make each form to put certain word in red. Example sentence of respect form and honorific form. あの映画を見られますか? Will you see the movie? あの映画をご覧になりますか? Will you see the movie? Let me show you one more example of respect form and honorific form. 明日は来られますか? Will you come tomorrow? 明日はいらっしゃいますか? Will you come tomorrow? They are same meaning, but honorific form shows higher respect.
That's it. How did it go? Once you understand this video, practice example sentence. You can also go to next part to learn new conjugation form. For learners who wants to learn verb as vocabulary first, go to my Japanese verb word series. Okay? Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.